Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to share with you some of my replays where I show you what boards the deck can set up going first and what it can do going second. As you can see here, we made it to Omega rank, and if you want to see my deck list, you can check out my previous video where I do a card by card deck breakdown. With that said, let's hop into the games. Okay, so let's start with the first game. This was against Blue Eyes, game 1. So he has a 46 card deck. I'm going second, and I do have a good hand. So they go barrel. I imperm that because I don't want them to access drill beam or load. Wishes. He discards purge, so that tells me that he does have another hand trap. Okay. I draw. Talent, that's fine. So here, yeah, he can do that and then go seal, pass. Okay, so he has one disruption with seal, and then he has potentially another one in hand, and he has Sage in hand, and next turn he's gonna get barrel, and this can bounce a card and summon Magnamon, right? And Magnamon's gonna give him follow-up as well. So he does have a lot of follow-up for next turn. And potentially 2 disruptions. So let's see what happens. Horizon, send Chimera, activate Chimera, chain block. Get OG, send Worm. Use Fua. Right, so here he has to bounce it, otherwise I'm gonna contact fuse it away. Summon Magnamon. Okay, so talent here doesn't matter, and I'll tell you why in a second. So he did have another hand trap, and that was Valor. So that Valor here was not going to do anything, because here I can go Nova, and he has to Valor here, otherwise I'll get to Infinity. And I still have normal summon core, so that was pretty much game. Yeah, so here I can just do whatever I want, you know, grab Clockwork, take my time. The game's over. Okay, move on to the next one against Crystron. So this was game 1. 43 card deck. So he's playing this package to get into Smyger. I'll ash that. Okay. So I also had a good hand here. I go Horizon, grab Naxter, and he's gonna draw. That's fine. So Worm, and then I can go into Nova, summon hers, go into Infinity, contact fuse, add OG, and then I can special summon Naxter, get OG, normal summon core, and then I can get into Seeger, and that's game. So yeah, we can definitely OTK underdraw. Moving on to the next one. So this was against Maliss, game 3. So here I was still playing the 42 card version. This is something that I do mention in my deck profile. I've tested this version for quite some time, and it's just not optimal, but I was still testing it here. So it's okay. He sets GWC, that's fine. I go Fua, he ashes, I go the second Fua. Talent, okay. Alright, he's trying to get into the Link 3. Red Ransom, add Mirror. That's fine. Okay, so he has GWC, he has Mirror, he has Wind Ransom here, and he can summon White Rabbit, and then go into MTP. Okay, and he has 1 card in hand. Grab Realm. So he has to chain here, and I go Imperm. Grab Chimera. So here he could choose to negate here, and it doesn't matter. if he negates or not. And I'll tell you why at the end. Okay. Send hers. And then I can back add the OG. And now I can go Clockwork and contact fuse the board. And then I can grab Chimera. And this searches Power Bond. And that's pretty much game. So let's say he does negate a Knight here. What's going to happen is that I can still summon Worm. And I'll still add OG. And here I can just tribute summon OG. Right, overnight. And then I can go into Nova. And Nova is going to summon hers. And then go Infinity. And then I can just link hers into Knight. And Knight is going to contribute Infinity and get Chimera. Right, so we're going to get into this same exact situation if he does negate it. Alright, and depending on what he banishes and if he's going to special summon, I'm going to get some draws as well. So yeah, negating Knight here does not matter. Okay, let's move on to the second Maliss game. This was game 1. Go Horizon, grab Claw. He has Droll. Okay, I'm going to add follow-up, add core, and then I'm going to set Imperm and Overflow. So under Droll, I have 2 disruptions and follow-up, so not bad. I have to do this early here because I don't want him to go into Linger Rebo because that can negate my trap. So I'm just going to pop him right away, and I still have Imperm. White Rabbit, Imperm. Okay, so no more plays, and that's pretty much game. I can go Regulus, and that's core full combo. Alright, moving on to the third Maliss game. This was game 2. Gold Sark, Chain Meows, Sid GWC, March Hare. He goes Heart Scripter, okay. Alright, so here he has GWC and then 2 unknowns. In the graveyard he can summon Heart Scripter or he can summon White Rabbit that can get set MTP. So let's see. I go Emergency, grab Core, grab Realm. So he's doing that here because, you know, he wants to get into Heart Scripter and then he wants to do GWC later and get White Rabbit and set MTP. That's another disruption. That's fine. But I'm not going to let him go to MTP because I'm just going to call by the White Rabbit. So, okay, Heart Scripter is fine. I have ways to force this if I need to. Okay, so Eternity. Yeah, I mean, he uses that here, but again, I can just force it if he doesn't use it early. That's okay. So yeah, I go Cold by here. He can still summon it, but it's not going to do anything. Alright, so I can force Scripter by going into Nova, Infinity, Vamana. I have a lot of ways. Clockwork even. Okay, so here I'm gonna get OG and go Nova, and this is game. I can contact fuse, I can go power bond. Okay, so moving on to this game against Maliss. Game 1, I go first. I grab core, and this time I have call by for draw. So I'm gonna go full combo. Yeah, so when I go full combo, it's pretty hard to break my board. Like, not only they need to break it, but they need to set up a board on top of it, because I will have follow-up for next turn. Okay, Regulus. Yep, I can go Power Bond and pop Overflow. Then I can search Cyberload. Send Naxter and Yorm. Get to the second rampage. Send Core. Nova. Get Naxter. Naxter get Yorm. Then I can go Infinity. Search Poly. I still have Worm's effect. Get back Overflow. Vamana. Get Core here. And then go Heos. And then I have Overflow. So yeah, they're not breaking this board, especially after losing a card. And I have follow-up for next turn with Heos, with hers. Yeah, so they just scoop here. Moving on to the next one. Game 1. I go Horizon. Add Claw. They're gonna draw, that's okay. I sent OG here because I have Naxter in hand. So I go Naxter, summon OG, go Nova, Revive, go Infinity, and then go Seeger. And I have Clockwork and I have Overflow. So under draw, right, I was able to set up 2 powerful disruptions and battle protection. And I also have a pseudo floodgate and follow-up. So Clockwork is really good against Maliss because they cannot go into their Cybers monsters from the extra deck, and they cannot use the Adagnister stuff, right? Because in order to special summon, they need to have a Cybers monster special summon from the extra deck. So this was a pretty decent board under draw against Maliss. So yeah, they scoop here. Moving on to the last game against Maliss. So this was post side. I ashed that. Yes, Chessie. Like draw power in this game is so dumb. Like, why do they have a free draw 2 with Chessie and then they can play Allure as well? Like, that would have been a draw 4. That type of thing should not exist in the game. But okay. TB11. Alright. Get a nib here. So he has a bunch of unknowns. Unfortunately, I draw a second Horizon. I only played 2 here. This was both side. He has draw. I go Cold Buy. Yeah, he has Ash too. That's unfortunate. Okay, but I can still add OG here, and I can Tribute Summon and get into Nova Infinity. I can attack. And here I was thinking that one of his set cards is Imperm. So I needed to go Zeus here. And this is what I mean, that there are situations where you just have to go Zeus. So this is fine. He's going to add March Hare. That's okay. Yep, board wipe. And that's game. Emergency, grab core. And he scoops. Okay, moving on to the next one. Against Pure Mitsurugi. This was game 1. Okay, I draw here. And he has Call By. Fortunate. So yeah, here they're gonna do pretty much whatever they want. I honestly do not care about the Mitsurugi board. The only thing that I'm concerned about is what cards they have in their hand. But here it's okay since, you know, Call By, they cannot use Call By since they cannot use Draw since they used Call By on it. So yeah. But here they go Dugaris, and this is again stupid. Like the free draw power that these decks have access to. Okay, so here, so they have Murakumo. They have Futsu is gonna revive a bunch of monsters. They have SP, they have Magatama, and they have some unknowns in his hand, and he's gonna have a ton of follow-up for next turn. Now here, I'm gonna be disrespecting this deck a lot, and I'm not even gonna use Imperm. So let's see what happens. I grab Horizon. Okay. That's fine. Grab Core. Yeah, he can use SP here if he wants to. That doesn't matter. Okay, he's gonna summon back. That's fine. Add whatever you want. Core. Okay, grab Yorm. Get Poly. And then I can go into Nova. And he's gonna nib here. Look at the chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I need you to keep count of how many cards he's gonna have. I go into Hios just in case Magatama becomes a problem. He cannot pop Hios because of Eternity. I force Magatama, he cannot pop my stuff, so he ritual summons. And now I can play the game. I can go Clockwork. Up Naxter. Chimera. I leave him with his boss monster. And that's it. What is he going to do? Right? So yeah. He added a bunch of cards on the field in hand and it didn't matter. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next game. This is against the same player. Okay, so he has a line that does play around Droll. So let's see what happens. This is all in the draw phase. I go Fua, he has Ash. Okay. Now I can Droll. Summons Murakumo. And here, I did need to Imperm here because I did not want him to have access to prayers. So I had to go Imperm here and then Murakumo activates. Yeah, so here this guy has a good effect. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach one material from this card, change the special summon monster to face down in defense position. So this is good. It's not once per turn and it doesn't target. So let's see what happens. Okay, grab Realm. Normal summon, go Knight. He's gonna special summon, that's fine. He's gonna add, that's okay. So what do you think is gonna happen here? If you read this card, right? So it does have a good effect, but it does have a problem. This is a win effect, and this type of effect can miss timing. Let's read what Worm says. Special summon this card, then you can add one cyber spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand. Then, right? So this means the last action that happens here is adding the cyber spell or trap from the graveyard to the hand, not the special summon. So by using Worm's effect, this card misses the timing to activate its effect. And this is all I need. So I'm going to send hers. And hers is going to add OG. And then I can go Clockwork, Contact Fuse the board, and then Tribute Summon OG, and that's game. Alright, moving on to another Mitsu game. This was game 2. Okay. Grab Core. Yeah, and from here I can just go full combo. So it's pretty unfortunate they had also Fua, so here I had to change my plans and just set Imperm and Overflow. So those two disruptions I thought was pretty decent to kind of stop whatever plays he have. And, you know, I just need to survive for next turn. And he did not have any plays, but he did have another Purrely. Okay, so he's going to get a draw here. Get Clockwork, Sandworm. Add OG. I can go grab Naxter, and then I can go Clockwork. I have Regulus. You have a second Purrely. That's okay. Chimera. And we go Power Bond. And this is pretty much game. He has Nib, but it doesn't matter. We negate. And that's it. Okay, moving on to the last pure Mitsu game. This is game 3. Alright. Prayers. I ashed the Ritual. So I use Meals here because he's gonna do that, and then I can draw here because I do have a good hand. But he has Thrust. He's gonna set DDG, and he's gonna go Baguska. So the name of the game here is how many floodgates you can put on the field. So we start with this, and then we have to deal with Baguska. Okay, so I can grab Chimera here. Get the free normal summon, go Knight. And the third floodgate here, right? Because 2 is not enough. He needs a third one. So what are we gonna do in this game? So let's get rid of Baguska first, and then I can normal summon Core, grab Cyberload, and go Clockwork and set this for follow-up. Alright. So yeah, apparently 3 floodgates are not enough. Okay, so moving on to the next game, which is Odion. This is game 1. So they are going first. They start with Unicorn, and I do not want them to have Birth, so I do Imperm. I was thinking here that this was Regenesis, and I don't really care about the board that deck sets up, so I do Imperm Unicorn, but here they go into Rabbit and they set the Apophis, the Serpent. Okay, so I'm thinking the back row here could be like Imperm, Purge, even Droplet, or another Apophis, right? But in this game, for some reason, I completely ignored the fact that the card in his hand could be another hand trap. Like, I don't know what happened, but I just completely ignored that. So it was unfortunate here that I drew both Yorm and OG. This is pretty bad. So we get rid of Rabbit, go Core, he has Imperm. So I go Claw and he goes Ash. So here I should have went Realm first, and if he does Ash that, then I can still make plays. But I do go Claw first, and he does have Ash for it. So now he's going to negate this. I'm going to set the second Apophis. Grab Clockwork. Battle. I try to summon, he negates it, and then I go SP. So this was not great, but I do banish one of his Apophis. Let's see what happens. He needs to draw a starter here. And of course he draws the best starter he has. So that was unfortunate. He sets Serpent. Okay, so this can search the OG Temple of the Kings. He can attack for some damage. And, yep, SP, banish my Clockwork. So here I'm surprised that he plays 3 Apophis, like 3 of this one. Because usually they play 2, like 2 and 2. But he plays 3, so okay. He's gonna get to the fusion and then gonna set them again. So it's only fair here that I also draw my best starter. So I go Horizon. He negates, that's okay. Chain SB, and then he's gonna chain. So here, he doesn't have any more disruptions, right? So this cannot set any more Apophis from the deck, because I already banished the 3rd one, right? So that's all the disruptions that he has. He just have Man of the Mark to protect his stuff, and that's it. So I'm gonna go Worm, get Core here, and I can just full combo. Now, I could just attack Man of the Mark, but I wanted to assert the Sidra dominance here by going into Infinity and then attaching Man, and then going 4 materials with Rampage and just popping his entire field, because these are still treated as traps. He doesn't let me, of course. He just scoops. So we go to game number 2. So same player. He's going first again. So starts with treasures, and that's full combo. So I try to imperm this to stop him from adding Temple of the Kings, but he does have that card in his hand. So here he goes into Rabbit. Okay, so he has 4 back row and Rabbit. Let's see what happens. Thank God I don't draw OG here. Get rid of Rabbit. Get Core, get Horizon. Right, so I go Horizon. He negates. That's okay. I'll get Worm, and then I can get back Core. Go Nova, and he has Judgment. Nova still activates because Nova says in your possession, right? So even if it's sent from the extra deck to the graveyard, that still counts. And I summon Hios here because Hios is good against back row. I go Core, they have Imperm, that's fine. Then I go Realm, and then I negate that. And that's game. I have full combo now. So yeah, that's Odion. Moving on to Primite Fiendsmith. This was game 2. Okay, Purrely. They're gonna do the Fiendsmith combo here. Oh, he adds that. Okay. Chain Fua. This is fine. He has load. Okay. So he has Drill Beam, he has an unknown card, he has the normal summon in his hand and another unknown, and he has the trap here. So this is not good. Go Horizon, he goes Drill Beam. Okay. I go Worm. I add Core. Normal summon. He doesn't respond. So usually they try to interact with Core, so I'm not sure what he has here. I go Chimera. Grab Clockwork. Get Power Bond. Grab Regulus. I'm keeping those just in case. And he has D-Barrier. So that was really unfortunate because I did not expect that card at all here. So yeah, I can't use Power Bond anymore, so I just go Seeger. And then I attack for some damage. Set 2 pass. I do have follow for next turn though. Called by that. This is fine. He goes Typhon. Okay, that's okay. I get Core. Okay, so I go Core here. Grab Emergency. He still has the trap in the graveyard, and I don't know what this is. And he has the Typhon you know, kind of floodgate cut type of effect here, right? Remember that because when you summon with Power Bond, Rampage is going to get to 4200. So now we can activate its effects because of Typhon. Okay, so I grab Yorm. Special summon. He doesn't activate the trap yet. I grab Poly. And go Nova, and now he activates. So Nova triggers. I can get into Heos now. So I go Poly, normal Poly, right? Not Power Bomb because I do want to pop his back row. So he has the Runick spell. I'm like, okay, this doesn't do anything. I can just negate with Heos. Anyways. Yeah, I can just negate with Heos. So now I can send, and I can go into Knight. Right, he's only at 3100. He doesn't have anything left, so I can go into Nova, Infinity, and then Seeger, and that's game. So yeah, don't even need to use Power Bond. Moving on to Purrely. So this was just a funny game. So my opponent here, like his entire goal was just to sit on a big Noir. That's all they want to do. Now this could work against some decks, but not against Cyber Dragon. Yeah, he's going to attach a lot of things here. Go Noir. Attach at the end phase. Okay. 7,000 defense. Let's see. So Noir is only unaffected by activated effects, right? So let's see what's going to happen here. I grab Clockwork. I use that. And he needs to spin it back, right? Otherwise, I can contact fuse it away. So he does know that. Okay, so we continue. Yeah, now, like, he cannot use Noir's effect now because if he does, it's now affected, right? So he's just gonna sit on it as much as he can. But that's not gonna work. And he also has 5800 defense, so that's why he's not, like, concerned. So I go Eternity here, right? So now he cannot target my fusion monsters. So go Rampage, pop back row, this gets protected, but not for too long. Go Infinity, and now Power Bond, now pop it again. This time it's gone. Go Vamana, and then Seeger. It's not surviving, the Noir is not surviving, activating the damage step. He can activate Noir and respond, and that's game. Yeah, so unaffected monster with a lot of defense doesn't work. Moving on to Regenesis, this was game 3. Okay, so here he chains Fua on res, and that told me that he probably has Droll here. Like if I Ash Fua, he chains Droll. And there was like a response window here, right? So I was almost positive that he has Droll. Okay, so I go Chimera, grab Horizon, and now once Claw goes to the graveyard, he also was thinking here. So that told me that he might also have a Bestial, right? Like this happened once I activate Claw, not after I search. So I'm thinking here that he has a Bestial and Droll. So Regenesis is not something that is gonna, you know, OTK me here. So I was thinking of just chilling here with like Overflow and Cyberload. And that should be good enough. I don't care about Droll next turn. Like that would be fine because I do have Power Bond in hand. So he does have a Bestial. Let's see what he has. He has nothing. He attacks. That's fine. So this is looking like an SP play, right? I should have just went Overflow here, just popped his entire field, but I was thinking that maybe, you know, he has Kashtira Unicorn. I don't know. But yeah, the correct play was to pop his field, but I was just chilling. So here he's going to go for SP, and I cannot pop this. He's going to protect. Now here I did not expect, like all of this so far is fine, but I just did not expect the next card for him to have it, because this was game 3 and he knows that he was going second here. So why would you play that card like this? This is a going first card, right? So unfortunately, this you can pay 2,500, set this card, and you can do that because this is a trap, right? So you can do that now. So that was unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. So again, I do think one of the cards in his hand is Droll, right? So I go Horizon, grab Naxter, and he's gonna Droll me. That's fine. I go Eternity, I send, add Core, go Nova. Yeah, so he has to go Power Bond here, right? And that's fine. And now I can go Infinity, and that's game. Remember, he only has 5,500. I can attach and then go Seeger, and that's game. So yeah, that's Regenesis. Moving on to Runick. This was game 3. So this was Runick Spright for hire. Now this is one of the rare games where I do break. Like this deck, it's rare for it to break. Like completely break. I have no plays at all. So let's see what happens. I do have Imperm and Droll though. So he summons Hugin. I Imperm that. No Runick Fountain for you. He goes that, and then I Droll. Okay, IP, set 1, that's fine. I go grab Realm. Okay, so here I'm gonna go with Worm and then go Horizon. Yep, activate hers, and here he's gonna chain a Bestial. He's gonna banish Core. I'll still add the OG, and he chains IP. So he's gonna banish this, and Joe's Worm is gonna send Worm, right? So I go Eternity first, and then I go OG. Yep, fuse it, and then go Chimera, Power Bond, pop his back row, and this was Flashing Fire. Now, Flashing Fire says target one special summon monster your opponent controls to destroy it. So he could not target Chimera, right? And he could not target Mega Fleet, and he cannot target Rampage. I mean, he could, like, those are protected, right? They cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And this was normal summon. So this doesn't do anything. He has to special summon something, and it doesn't matter what he special summons. So this guy says you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, banish both that monster and this card, right? It targets, so it doesn't work. That's why we love Eternity. It's so good. He just scoops. Okay, so now moving on to Ryzeal Mitsu. This was game 1. Okay, so I do have 2 draws here, but he does that in the draw phase, and this line is pretty good into draw. So he has Murakumo. Now notice here that my hand is pretty awkward. Like, I don't have any starters, which is really bad. So finally I can draw here. Yeah, he goes IP. Yeah, I do have a pretty bad hand here. Like, not only I don't have any starters, but I draw OG with Yorm. Like, awful hand, right? Okay, so I go OG. He uses Futsu. So now I can contact fuse IP, and now I go Regulus. I can discard, that's fine. So now I have to draw 2 cards. And he has Ash, so I have to negate that. And again, I still don't have a starter. Like, this is so bad. So how do we play this? How do we OTK? Because he has X in his hand, right? We need to win on this turn. So I start by sending Naxter. And then I can go into Knight, and Knight can grab me back Naxter. And Naxter can special summon. And now I can go into Rampage. And Rampage can send, and now I can grab Core with hers. I haven't normal summoned yet, so now I can normal summon. Okay. So I do have combo here, but I already used Knight. So how do I get to the second Knight? Well, first we go into Seeger, and now we can go into Knight. And now we go Clockwork, and we can fuse the board because Seeger is treated as Cyber Dragon, right? Like, this is why Seeger is a utility card. So, and now that's game. So yeah, this is how you go from a bad hand to OTK. Moving on to Ryzeal Mitsurugi Game 3. Okay, so I go first, grab core. Okay, and I can grab OG. Goes 4, Ash, and this should be full combo. Clockwork, grab Regulus. Power Bond. Naxxter and Yorm. Go Nova. Revive Naxxter. Revive Yorm. Go Infinity. Grab Poly. Go Vamana. And then go Heos. And I also have Coldby on top, right? And I have follow-up with hers and Heos. Like, he's not breaking this board. He's trying to go X. I negate that. I grab Naxxter. Ice gets negated. Sword gets negated. Yep, he scoops. I still have Heos. I still have Coldby, Overflow. Like, there's no way for him to win this game. Alright, so moving on to Tenpai. This was game 3. So grab Chimera. He goes Droll. Okay. Send Worm. And now I can go Regulus, SP, and I have Clockwork and Strike and Overflow. So this is a pretty decent board, especially against Tenpai, because Clockwork is like a floodgate against that deck, right? So yeah, Regulus and SP plus, you know, Strike and Overflow. Pretty good. Goes to Raigeki, I go Regulus. I grab OG. Yeah, like the only way he wins this is that if he has like back row removal, right? Overflow, and that's game. So yeah, this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the games, and good luck in yours.